You're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. I said we're getting high because we're pot smoking. We're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. That's right, we're getting high because we're pot smoking. Good morning, sunshine. How you feeling?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. How are you? This is the Cannabis Chronicles. I'm the hippie, and DoktorHigh is just taking his sweet ass time.
And I'm DoktorHigh.
Oh, hi! Just in time.
Just in time. That damn StreamYard, man. StreamYard gave me a hard time this morning.
Why? I don't understand why.
I don't know. I don't get it.
I love you. It's just an invite. All you have to do is click the invite, bro.
I know. And then my camera don't open, then the microphone doesn't open, then it says try again, and then I try again. And I don't know.
Sorry that you have such a hard time.
Yeah, that's okay.
How are you? How
would I know the pleasure in life if I didn't know the misery, right?
Right. That's how you have to think of it. You have to, if it wasn't for misery, we would never know what good stuff is.
That's right.
I'm filled with misery.
How are you this morning?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm all right. A little moody. I've been moody the last 2 days. I don't know why. Maybe it's the herb. I don't know.
Could be the change in the weather too.
Yeah, this is my bad season though. You know, usually I'm pretty bad from October till January. This is my bad season.
Oh, thanks for the heads up.
Oh yeah, my mental illness gets way worse in this. This is my mom was born on Halloween and died on Christmas, so it's you know, my kid, and then you have to like celebrate both of those holidays, you know. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking celebrate. That's my mom's birthday, and then that's my mom's death day.
But she would want you to celebrate.
Yeah,
of course she would. Parents always want their kids to be happy and enjoy.
Barely wanted to celebrate with me, bro.
Well,
she had other things on her plan. She did other things, you know.
Yeah,
it wasn't, you know, she was cool and shit when she wanted to be, but whatever, you know. Whatever, you know what I mean? Like whatever. But I want to thank everybody for being here. Please like and subscribe. I'm the hippie. That's DoktorHigh. If you haven't heard of us, we are the Cannabis Chronicles. We'll be going over to we'll be still here every day. Don't think that we're leaving you guys.
Yeah, no.
We'll be here. We're going to go over.
We'll be there too. We'll be here. We'll be there. We'll be
everywhere. We're going to be everywhere. We're going to be like a bad rash. You're going to find us everywhere, all over.
Absolutely. How you doing, Garrett? Arisha, how's things this morning?
Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Lori, how are you, sweetie?
Lori, good morning. Tina, how's everybody
doing? See everybody. Michael, I see you up there, little buddy. What are you on vacation? Was school closed this week or something? What the hell, bro?
I'll tell you where I live, in the province next door. The province I just moved out of, the teachers just voted to go on strike.
Sweet. They deserve a strike every once in a while, bro. They're the hardest working mother truckers out there dealing with your trouble ass kids. And I don't mean you, I mean all of us.
Yeah.
Having to deal with our crazy ass kids every day. Whew.
My kids are
shout out to the dispensary. They're listening. Tell them that we want them to come up today. We have no guests, so tell them we're ready to have them come up.
That's all right. I got Garrett with a big old list of questions.
Oh, for crying out loud, Jared.
I sent him the questions.
Oh, you sent him with questions?
Yeah, to bring him into the chat. So that's what we'll do. I was like, if we're not ready to go, because you can see I've been busy this morning.
Yes, you have. I'm a little concerned because when I click on it, it gives me a little bit of an attitude.
Does it?
The 6th one, yeah. We're gonna have to check out it, and then I want to talk to you about I know it's not your fault, absolutely, but I wonder if Envy, are you here? If Envy's here, I want to talk to him because he might be able to cut that noise out of the background on Bella's video. Oh my God, that noise drives me nuts.
What noise are you hearing?
You don't hear the hurricane?
No.
The whole time? My God, It sounds like there's a damn hurricane in their room. It's like
you can't hear that. You can't hear that on you can't hear that on the
On the commercial?
Yeah.
Like when I play it on the radio?
Yeah.
How do you know? You're in here, you butthead.
Well, because it's not like I make the commercial and then don't check it out 10 times before I send it to you.
Yeah, but I hear it every time I play it. Yeah, let's play it. We got to do commercials anyway, so.
Okay.
Let me find it. Let me share it. Oh, I'm almost ready. I forgot I set it up prior.
Yeah, it took me a while to find a lot of pictures for Vern, but eventually I found them. So
yeah, it looks good. I saw the video, but like I said, here we go. Let's see if I can.
52 and damp. Better damp than moist. A lot of people don't like that word.
All right. Hold on. Simmer down now. Simmer down. Can you see it?
I can see it.
All right, here we go. I'm going to hit the play button.
Discover the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Herbs?
With a passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs and concentrates.
Wait a minute, do they have weed?
Our dedicated team is here to guide you on your wellness journey. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10, ensuring you have access to what you need when you need it most. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is located
They're pot.
2941 Highway 11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada.
I need a system.
Mix and moist in Michigan. Good stuff.
506-871-4299. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Where all the potheads go.
Discover the natural.
See, that didn't work. What happened there, bruh?
Press play at the bottom.
Hello?
Press play at the bottom.
I can't hear you.
Press play at the bottom.
Oh, all right. I hear you. Hold on. At the bottom.
Yep. Just press play at the bottom, all the way to the left.
Have you ever pondered cannabis beyond the haze? Would you like to know more about this incredible plant? Dive into DoktorHigh.com. Unlock medical wonders, master home-based crafts, and debunk
Oh,
myths.
that now.
Do you support our mission?
you did that.
Shop Dr. High for cannabis-themed clothing, mugs, and
Just
digital
back out and
downloads
go back
using
in
original
and
AI
try again
cannabis
later.
cards.
Do you do that just a present button?
I don't know what I did now. I can't even find anything.
Well, how do you share your screen? You hit present?
Oh, hold on. On. Finally.
Oh, the fun we have, eh? The fun we have.
Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is located
They're
at
pot.
2941 Highway 11, Burnt
You see
Church,
it now?
New Brunswick, Canada.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Assistance
Woo.
anytime.
I need assistance. I need
Hopefully
weed.
it's going to play
Just
through.
call
If
506-871.
you hit the play
Okay.
button on the bottom, it does, because everything's lined up. But
Potheads.
when you press it on the video,
Have
it's
you ever
not-
pondered cannabis beyond the haze? Would you like to know more about this incredible plant? Dive into DoktorHigh.com. Unlock medical wonders, master home-based crafts, and debunk myths. Do you support our mission? Shop Dr. High AI Haze on
Morning,
Etsy.
Chris.
Cannabis-themed clothing,
How are you?
mugs, and digital downloads using original AI cannabis art. Hell, we might even have some psychedelic mushroom items there too. We also have 25 books on cannabis and specific medical conditions available at Dr. High on Amazon.com. DoktorHigh.com, cannabis information, education, and advocacy.
Why don't we take a ride to Dauphin, PA
Now
today?
listen.
Dauphin? What's in Dauphin?
You don't hear
Bella's badass crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Today I want to go there and pick up all my great finds.
That sounds like a great road trip. That's Bella's Badass Crystals on TikTok and Facebook, but you can also find them at the top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA.
They are badass. Hey, Miss
Collinsville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Let Collins Paints Ltd add a splash of color to your world. Collins Painting is a veteran-owned and operated business. They can transform your space to whatever your heart desires. Say goodbye to the boring days and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Painting team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call Collins Paint Ltd today to get a fast and easy quote. Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176. Are you in
grade water ionizers that make 7 types of water, including healthy alkaline? There's a 5-micron filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free. Change your water and change your life. Ownyourwater.org. Say bye-bye to bottled water. Holistic Health Water has
Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. If you need some kick-ass puppets, contact Forge at 1-636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact Forge today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. He also makes LARPing items too. Is that it?
I think it's all of them, yeah. What's up, Raggy? How you doing?
A Vern one still, but you sent it to me. It's just not in the 6, right?
Yeah, it's just not in that group because I think
technically it's going to be an 8 because you'll have mine in there as well and Vern's.
We'll break them to 4 and 4.
Yeah.
When the last 2 are done, we'll group them into 2 groups of 4.
Hey, you. Yeah, you.
And they just do Vern's, so we are complete.
Stuff like your Grammy used
You're not
to
playing it though, the video. Huh?
Check out you.
I'll play the one later. The next time.
TikTok. Vern can do what you need. She crochets.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Garrett.
Everything, anything you may need. She also makes vinyl stickers.
Yeah, this I gotta remember to take that down.
Anything that you might want that she can do, she can definitely do it for you. Want an I Hate My Ex sticker?
Yeah, we'll just scroll them on the bottom afterwards, you know.
She has cheap and reasonable prices. Check her out. You Have Me Love 23 on Etsy and TikTok.
WTHC, we're back.
Hey.
Smoking something here. I forgot what the hell I was doing. What's going on? So yeah, a little bit of the repeat of the other commercial beforehand. Did you hear that too, or was that?
Yeah, I caught that. I don't understand it, but
yeah, like it repeated a little bit of Vern's, it repeated a little bit of Collins.
Yeah, maybe maybe just because I took the original 4 and just tacked the other 2 onto it.
Maybe. Yeah.
So I have all the videos, so it's no big deal for me to go. I downloaded them all, right? So I have them all as individuals.
Right.
And I can pack them all back together into new.
But did you not hear the tornado in the background of Bella's?
No, I didn't notice it.
Yeah, see, I hear it, but maybe it's just because it's my headset's louder and it's playing in my head. But it's not, it's like him walking around. You can just hear the wind or whatever.
Yeah, that shouldn't be there because I muted all that. Like all that was muted, right? Originally when I put it there. It was there. I don't understand. Yeah. I don't get it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Nick might be able to just clean that all up. He has the ability to do all that. He might be able to just clean out all background noise and, I don't know. I got to talk to Envy.
I should be able to do it.
Well, I don't want to take it away from you if you got it. Garrett says.
Oh, no, but I should be able to do it, right? And I got to learn. So
yeah, no. I got to figure out what I'm gonna do. Like, I don't even know what to do for myself for my commercial. Like, hi, I'm the hippie.
Well, you got WTHC merchandise, right? You got sweatshirts, you got things like that.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for a script, man, ChatGPT. write the script for you.
Oh yeah, no, that's how I do all my scripts.
Yeah, so
I say I need some Tylenol with codeine. I write it over there on ChatGPT. Oh no, not those scripts. I'm sorry. All right, so I gotta ask you a question. It's kind of important.
Okay.
About my plant.
Okay.
There may have been some trauma.
Some trauma?
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me.
Why?
I was walking in with a large cup of coffee.
And you spilled your coffee on the plant?
Just a little bit on some of the leaves.
Oh, I don't think that's going to cause a problem.
And it's not even like the little ones where the buds are. It's just fan leaves, the big pretty ones.
Yeah, I don't think that.
But I can see a glossy shine of coffee drying up on there.
Well, isn't that bizarre?
No, it's stupid. I was made to make.
Yeah, but that's okay. Just take a rag, like a little damp cloth or whatever.
Yeah, just wipe it off.
Yeah, exactly. Like a little damp. That can be done.
Mr. Slow is fit as a dog. A dog with rabies. What do you mean you're as fit as a dog? Congratulations. That's awesome news. Thank you. All right. So what has Garrett got for you, I guess?
Oh, he's got some questions.
Because I got nothing, bro.
Why you got nothing?
I have a hard time up here with all the damn commercial stuff I got up on the top of my bar now.
Well, we'll make it easier. That's for sure. Oh, well, I guess we got to do the 420 song before we get into.
Oh shit!
Garrett's questions.
All right, here we go. Happy 420. Fuck it. It's Buck Sticky, everybody. Walk into Tailored Herbs and Concentrates right now and say, Buck Sticky's my friend, and you're getting a free pre-roll.
What's up, Kyle? You're on the countdown now. Hey, only 7 days to go. 7 days to go.
We smoke lots of weed every single day. Well, I know it seems like all I ever talk about is smoking weed, but I know you like it too. And my bag don't have a seed, so I'm motivated singing songs and puffing lots of cannabis. I've been to Amsterdam a time or two, and hallelujah for it. Sheba double bubble gum and lots of cream Moroccan hash.
What about mouthwash?
I love that juicy fruity grass. If you want answers on the positive effects of sticky green, just hang with me, and in one day we'll smoke more than you've ever seen. It's colder when it's hot. You know we smoke lots of pot every single day.
DoktorHigh, I would like you to start lip syncing to this as well. Get into it.
Oh, yeah?
Every single day.
Oh, they turned the clock back over there, Mr. Slow?
Yeah, they changed.
This is his new 420 time.
What must be doing ours soon, too, if they've done theirs?
Now we're all getting silly. I am goofy and I'm proud.
November, maybe.
But it's funny floating on a puffy cloud. How'd you like to be my friend? Cause there is no stress involved. If you're having trouble with somebody, leave them problem solved. I will smoke a hoot or poke a cooter, never be in misery. Cause life is good and so is weed. I'm feeling great cause I am free. It's colder when it's hot. You know we smoke lots of pot every single day. If you're ever in need, you know we smoke lots of weed every single day. Up in trees and singing songs, rolling blunts and backing bongs every single day.
You heard it, Garrett.
Garrett!
You're gonna end up with your producer's credit on our ending, on our exit. That's for sure.
Thank you, Garrett, for our. Yeah, we can make lots of funny ones.
Yeah.
Curly Kel for having tingly nipples.
Ah.
If we make it small enough and goes up fast enough, the people can only read it if they read it quick, We'll make a whole bunch of funny ones. I think that'll be a great idea.
Yeah, it might be pretty good, actually.
WTHC, we can thank you to Crazy Lori for whatever she does, for being as crazy as she is, whatever we come up with.
Being able to risk her Facebook freedom.
Yes, for both of them, for risking their Facebook freedom.
That's right.
spending Facebook time in jail for WTHC and DoktorHigh. I like it. I like it. And we do it just they'll roll up. You know, like I always say, I want to interview like the people in the Cheech and Chong movie who didn't have their names. They were just like two stoner dudes on the corner. And I'm like, how many times do you think they've ever been interviewed? Nobody interviews that guy. The drunk guy on the, drunk guy in scene 12. I want to interview that guy.
You know, I just had an idea, right?
Uh-oh.
Let's get our regular listeners to send me a quick video of them talking about the Cannabis Chronicles with DoktorHigh and Da.Hippie. Just a short, few seconds. Send them to me and I'll stitch them all together like as you know what I mean? Just be funny.
As our goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not against that.
That might be fun.
Yeah. No rude comments, you jerks.
We got enough crazy people out there that we could probably get some pretty interesting ones.
Yeah.
How you doing, Cookie Scoop?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is in the house. Get your asses over there and tell them Buck Sticky's your friend. And you get a free pre-roll. That's right.
Nice.
Yeah. Man, we were figuring it. We were wrong. We figured it out the other day, DoktorHigh. And I know we probably shouldn't discuss this on the air because everybody in town's going to be over there now getting free pre-rolls. But we were figuring out the math. Now, let's say that their pre-rolls are 1 gram, right? Yeah. And we do this Monday through Friday, right? So that's 260 days in Monday through Fridays so that's 260 grams, which we figured out is like 8 ounces of weed a year.
Yeah.
That they're just giving away per person.
That's if only one person comes in.
Per person. Yeah, per person if they go every day.
Well, you'll know that you've been successful.
She said, shh.
No.
8 ounces of weed every. I should be shushing because if the boss hears, he's gonna be like, "Hey, we got to quit that fucking deal." that's not working out for us.
No.
But you better take advantage of it now. I'm on my way. I'm gonna run up there and get my free pre-roll. I figure if I would go there every day and get my coffee at the, you guys should sell coffee there too, pothead. Make a coffee pot, put it over there, sell it for $5 a cup. And then you could get coffee and a joint at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates every morning for free. Not for free, charge $10 for the coffee. This way you get $5 for your pre-roll. You get a free pre-roll with your $10 cup of coffee.
That's right. THC infused coffee, though, which is available these days. So
yeah, I have a bag we're going to give away someday soon. If you ever get a hold of Goohoo, I got to reach out to them again, I guess.
Yeah.
Coffee and a joint, right? But I would go there if I lived in. I'm sorry, what?
Be nice to do it a giveaway for the people.
Yeah. Well, if I lived in New Brunswick, Canada, and there's a possibility that I might just cross the border and go live there anyway. Because a free joint every day is tantalizing.
Is incentive.
It's a tantalizing thought, though, man. I would love to get up every morning before the show, go there, get my coffee and my joint, come back home, sit down, and get ready to do my show. Or go to the lake, sit by the lake for a minute, watch the water, smoke my joint, drink my coffee, then come back and get ready to do the show.
Well, the problem with that, right, Hippie, is you wouldn't know the word of the day if you weren't listening to WTHC.
Right, and I guess.
So if you left the house too early,
I'm the one that has to give the word out, too.
That's right.
So, well, I'll know the word, though. I'll be the first one in line, and then I'll be like, all right, as I'm walking out, I'll be like, I use the word.
Stopping at the local Tim Hortons, passing out the word.
Tiddlywinks today. That's
right.
No, today it's Muck Sticky is my friend. Hi, Zen. Hey, how are you?
There's Zen Wushu. As a matter of fact, I was communicating with Zen this morning. I don't know if you've seen any of his videos on YouTube, but I've mentioned him a couple of times, right?
I may have.
And I've asked him to come and join us on the show someday real soon. And I think he might be. yeah, I think it'll be pretty cool. Maybe we'll be able to get him up here this week or whatever his schedule allows. But
yeah,
I love the videos. I think you're so creative and you do some really neat stuff, and you're always promoting the cannabis stuff. So, you know,
the guy with the eyes that you were telling us about.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
with the cool
awesome. I'm
contacts,
very excited.
Contacts and stuff. Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. Yeah,
Security,
I like it.
yes. Security. Michael threatened to kick the hippie's ass. Somebody kick his ass over there.
Who's going to kick your ass? Oh, he's just going to kick your behind. See, when somebody says they're going to kick your behind,
that's
it's
a nice way of saying it.
Yeah, when they say they're going to kick your ass, then you got to be wondering what is.
I think that's a Canadian thing, because here, you say anything about kicking anything, you're going to get your ass beat.
That's right. That's right.
You don't kick nothing on the hippie anyway.
So Garrett says he has a good idea for a WTHC giveaway. So what are we going to be
Garrett away? We're going to get Garrett away. You win yourself a free Garrett.
We're going to give Chris's first harvest.
Chris's first
harvest.
What
we're going to do, Garrett? Chris, are you down with that? Are we going to give away your first?
I love you too, Mikey.
Harvest.
Yeah, I think that that's a great idea. The vault weed is going out to everybody free.
That's right.
Yep. A gram,
a
gram to all the listeners. Calm down over there, Doc.
Whoa, Doc, calm down there, he says.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I think that's a great idea. And except for you don't get any because we can't ship it over the border.
No, that's okay, because I'm more about giving it away than receiving anyway. Like my father has always told me, the joy is in the giving, you know? And then he always follows it up, so give it over.
Where's my shit? Yeah, where's my shit? That's right. The joy is in the giving. Now give me my shit. Yep. And enjoy yourself while doing it, damn it.
That's it. So I want to know what your idea is for giveaways, Garrett.
Oh, well, did you see? You didn't happen to catch my podcast. We're giving away a rolling tray on Saturday the 28th.
I thought you were going to say you were giving away a Rolls Royce. No, that'd have been like, I'm tuning in for that.
Kind, KYND, kind rolling tray, it's called.
Yeah, that's the way, Chris.
Oh, we would love to have you, Zen. Just hit up Glitch. Are you here? Glitch is the one, and we would love to be able to advertise it as well. So, you know, like if you wanted to do Friday, that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Friday. Zen, you mean? Are you good to go for tomorrow, Zen? Would you be available tomorrow at noon? That would be pretty cool.
It would end our week nicely.
I'm going to have to go download some of your videos so we can pop them up during the chat. I'll tell you, man, they're cool. Great music.
Tomorrow, this time, 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock, we're usually on. So, I mean, if you have to run early or whatever, that's fine, or whatever. Or if you're a little late, that's fine.
Why don't you send them a friend request, Hippie, so that you can send them in Messenger the link for StreamYard for tomorrow?
I don't even know how to friend request on here.
What do you mean? You just search his name.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know you think I got nothing better to do over here. I'm going to stop what I'm doing, turn the show off so I can go search his name.
Turn the show off. Multitasking, brother. That's what it's all about.
Somebody tell him how to find me, and then I just accept people.
Well, I'll tell you what, Garrett. If Lake in the Woods is somewhere within the United States, I cannot meet you there. Plain and simple. I am not welcome in the United States. So
I think they're over it. I think we should try it.
Oh, fuck no.
Do you get letters every week or month or year saying, hey, don't forget you're not allowed back in our country?
No, but I was locked up with plenty of guys from Mexico who were simply locked up for a very long time for illegal re-entry, just for trying to come back into the United States after they'd been deported. And those guys are getting like 4 years and 7 years, and just insane amounts of time for something like that. So, you know, as far as that line is concerned, I will stay on my Canadian side. Thank you very much. Until a future president who's cannabis friendly invites me in. No. That's right, Zen. America don't want us. Don't want us. That's okay, though, because I still found a way to get in there anyhow, right through WTHC radio.
Right, we're here.
Yeah, I'm there. Just not in body, only in spirit and mind. So it works okay.
Right.
I'm going far north that I want. I just take it off the boat. You know, there was a time I had one of those I-68s, I think they were called, where we could cross into the States and you didn't have to announce your presence until you got near a customs patrol. It was for boats, right? Because I lived right on the Detroit River. And the factory I worked at, we used to go at lunchtime. The factory had its own marina right on the river. So people who worked there had their boats. So we would go at lunchtime, hop in the boat, shoot across to the States. They always had shopping carts down at the dock, grab a shopping cart, run up the hill to the liquor store, load up with cigarettes and booze after we've been taking orders at the plant for the first half of the shift, load up with cigarettes and booze, come back, and then distribute it amongst the guys we worked with. And we do that on a lunch break once a week, you know? Yeah,
and for president, Billy Blaze for president, Da.Hippie for president. I think we got a good running here.
Well, I tell you, those will make a whole lot better choices than the ones I see these days.
Ain't that the truth?
That's for sure.
Oh, man.
For sure.
All right, where's this guy? What?
I moved into some kind of place here. I went outside this morning to walk my dog, and there was a Lamborghini Urus sitting in the parking lot. I'm like, what the hell? I'm looking at it and I'm saying that looks like a Lamborghini. There's no way it's a Lamborghini, not here. And I walked over, and sure enough, man, it was a Lamborghini sitting in the parking lot here. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Good morning, Dustin. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. What is this kid talking about? Should I look up the angle?
Oh, the Angle of Minnesota, the town that gets trapped in Canada in the winter because all the water around it freezes. Well, you could get trapped in worse places. We do have legal marijuana here for all. So if you're going to get trapped in any country, this isn't such a bad one.
Yeah, that's
what you're not subjected to the politics or the taxation.
That's your WTHC company car.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, hippie. Why didn't you tell me? Are the keys are coming by UPS today?
Keys are in it. Yeah, just go down.
I didn't have any idea. I was a little apprehensive, you know, with my
help yourself. Yeah, that's courtesy of WTHC.
Oh, nice. Me and
the millions that we've been making over here.
Yeah, that's it, eh? Friend.
Keys are in
nice.
it. Yeah, the keys are in it. Help yourself.
Oh, life is good. You didn't tell us.
If the cops get behind you, just go really fast.
Yep. We can.
Can we have your links, please? My links?
Which link, Zen? We got a bunch of them.
I don't even know what the fuck a link is.
Here, we'll have some fun.
You got fun? You're going to have fun?
I don't know. Here, you can start with not the first question because that one don't matter. But
WTHC-radio or tie-dye tea. You probably need to look up tie-dye tea. TYEDYE_TEE, and I'm a super old noob as well.
Oh, that doesn't work. I try to put in your link and it just comes up the other way.
I don't know what the hell you're doing over there. You're just writing a whole bunch of craziness.
Well, you know, I pooped in the cat. Oh my God.
I pooped in the cat. That's the question he's got for you?
I don't know. This one is a tough one. Oh, you pooped in the chat.
Oh, in the chat, in the chat. So, what the fuck? Why am I coughing so much?
I don't know. Could it be cannabis related?
Yes, it's cannabis related, I guess, but I don't like it.
Oh, pop, when it says pooped.
He popped in the chat.
Oh, no, I read it wrong. You wrote it right, Popped. What's up, Kelly? How are you today?
Oh, anyway.
Chuck's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to Chuck. I think it was yesterday, right?
Today. He's 37. Happy birthday to you.
37. Oh, man.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chucky. And if I could do the little symbol, I would do it right there.
37 was the age I was when I became a guest of America for 8.5 years.
Oh, he's not even with you?
Got to get a cake in secret.
She went to the supermarket on her lunch break.
Meatballs and pasta. Nice.
Ugh, I had that the other day. I don't want any more.
Oh, my wife's been after me to make spaghetti sauce. I do it right from scratch. They love it. And now we're back in Montreal. She wants to have the kids for supper, and she thinks spaghetti's the way to go. So I guess that's on the agenda soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anybody got any weed-related questions out there?
Oh, here it is. Garrett's first one's up. I seen it finally. There we go. All right. So Garrett says, why is it crucial for both users and the entire cannabis industry to have knowledge about growing cannabis? Well, I think there's probably two sides to that, because you're talking about users and the industry. Of course, the industry has to have knowledge about growing cannabis in order to provide users with the best quality cannabis possible, but they should also be more engaged than that so that they can work on cultivating strains that can address certain aspects of the medical side. Because really, when it comes to recreational cannabis use, any cannabis is okay, right? Like, you don't need to find a certain strain. You don't need a certain type of preparation necessarily. That's all by choice. So if you choose to smoke some distillate on your dab rig today, you can. If you want to roll up some flower, it's cool. If you want to smoke some hash from a pipe, it's great. As a recreational user, anything is acceptable.
Speaking of recreational users, I got a message or a story yesterday about Ohio and how they're you really need to read into the laws as they get passed, because they're trying some sneaky shit with your guns and stuff over there. And
you're talking about cannabis and firearms in the same
cannabis and gun laws, yeah. And once it becomes recreational, there's a whole bunch of funky shit. Just if you're in that Ohio area and you own a gun, make sure you're paying attention, because whatever they're doing.
It's not people who smoke weed that are dangerous with guns. It's people who drink, or people who use crystal meth, or people who end up in some sort of psychosis because of the drugs that they're using, where that weapon can now become dangerous because their frame of mind is, on tilt.
Bro,
but with
I got my gun. I got my gun and I put it in my safe, and now I can't remember the code.
Nah. That's the worst thing that happens to a pothead, right?
All right, I'm like, fuck. I don't even know the combo to get into the damn gun. I'm gonna throw the safe at the guy, because it's just a little handgun, and I have it locked up in the safe, but I can't remember the code. So just throw the case at him. Take that, you fucker! Get out!
Yeah, no, it's I don't think that. I don't think that being a cannabis user should affect your right to own or possess a firearm. You know what I mean? Like that really doesn't. If you allow people who drink to have firearms, then why wouldn't you allow people who have to smoke weed to have firearms? Because I'll tell you, when people drink, there's a pretty substantial percentage of individuals who become quite angry when they're drunk. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of crimes occur, firearm-related crimes, because of alcohol, or definitely because of other kinds of drugs that compel people to obtain more when they run out.
It doesn't matter, because I feel like no matter what, you're gonna lie to make, not you, but whoever, it'll be lies. It'll be lies in the long run to make it sound like weed is worse and alcohol is better. They'll change with the wording to make it seem like, weed related accidents have gone up, but alcohol related accidents have gone down. It's just a bunch of shit.
Yeah, it's really not.
It's not a matter of what news you watch, and that's sad. Like you sit and you watch. If you watch one news, you're getting one story, however they feel like projecting it out to you, and then if you watch another news, you get another story.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about perspective, right? Yeah. And the thing is that you have certain players in every game in every country that have an agenda that differentiates from cannabis legalization, and they're going to be out there, and very few mainstream, right? Because they're still concerned about pandering to the people who pay the bills, right? The people who advertise. Now, if you look at 80% of advertising on television now is pharmaceutical companies. Like the majority. I was watching CNN the other day.
Get your vagina checked. Make sure you get your juice for your vagina. Make sure you got stuff for your ears.
Commercial had to do with
Make sure you got something to do with your pills for your hard-on. Yeah, everything. And if it's not that, it's get your diapers, get ready for death.
Yeah, if the news agencies rely on advertising revenue, which they do, and 80% of their advertising revenue comes from pharmaceutical companies whose best interests are not served by the legalization of cannabis, then you can expect to have skewed reporting about cannabis on those stations, because they don't care about bringing the truth necessarily, right? They want to bring enough of the truth that they have listeners, but that's why the news is always full of fear. Always full of stories about fear, right?
Fear mongering. That's all it is. They scare you into thinking, and then you go out and buy that product that they want you to buy.
If I want to sell you something, I'm not going to sell it to you based upon your potential gain.
I got an idea. If you fuckers don't go out and buy hippie merch, the whole world is going to explode. No. Go now. You need to go buy hippie merch.
See,
right?
People are much more motivated by the fear of losing something in their lives, right? They're much more motivated by that than they are by the prospect of gain. So fear is a powerful motivator. That's why the mafia, that's why the Hells Angels, that's why all these different groups have power. They don't have power because people can gain something from their association with them. They have power because they fear if they don't do what's required, then negative consequences will result, right?
Yeah.
So, I know you do. I've seen a lot of videos of what you got going on outside there, Zen, and your plants look great. We're going to talk about all that tomorrow. We're going to talk about the newts that you work with, because I think that you're affiliated to the nutrient company somehow, that with the newts you're using. So I think it's interesting.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
So, next question that Garrett had posed: how do the methodologies employed in cannabis cultivation differentiate from those utilized in the propagation of other plants? Cannabis kind of differs from other plants because of the different spectrum of light that's required to maximize the potential of the plant. Most plants don't need to have a blue spectrum and then a red spectrum. Cannabis performs best if you start off. We actually have 4 different phases of cannabis cultivation, right? You have your germination phase, then you have your seedling phase, then you have your vegetative phase, and then you have your flowering phase. So in the germination phase, when you're trying to crack your seeds, the first light that those plants will really benefit from is enriched red light. And then once you actually have a seedling and you have that first 2 sets of leaves and the taproot's in, then what you'd want to have is blue spectrum LED lights are perfect. So for the first 5 to 10 days, you want to be red enriched light, spectrum of light. From 10 days for the next 10 to 14 days. So until the plant is 24 days old, you want to be running a blue spectrum LED if possible. Then once that plant hits 24 days, you'll have a chance to repot it at that point. That's when you want to go into a metal halide. Like if you're growing indoors and you're controlling your light, that's when you'd want to switch to metal halide, which is also in the blue spectrum, which you would maintain all the way through the flowering, through the vegetative phase. And then when you're ready to switch from veg to flower, you want to switch lights now to high pressure sodium, HPS lighting, because that's in the red spectrum. And that's where the plant benefits the most during flowers in that light spectrum. Other fruits and vegetables don't really require that shift in lighting spectrums to propagate, personally. Yep, Fred T. Lizard, exactly. That's what I've seen. All spec plus HPS 1000. Wee medic. Well, we're going to talk about these things tomorrow, Zen, because I'm actually thinking about setting up a clinic here in Oka if I can find just the right partner. I have somebody in mind, but yeah, we'll get into those things for sure. It's very interesting, you know? Can you clarify the concept of cannabis varietals and how they influence the cultivation process? If you mean by varietals, if you're talking about different strains, each different strain actually has its own sweet spot. You know, and it's really about learning your strains, right? The first time you grow a strain, you won't really understand how to maximize that particular strain. It's only after repeatedly growing that strain are you able to kind of dial in the right parameters, because some will require more nutrients, some will require less. Some are happier at one level of humidity, while some are happier at a different level. Lights always stay the same, you know, 18 and 6 in your veg phase, 12 and 12 in your flower. So you'll always maintain your lights at the same rate. But the other things that affect it, you know, some will drink more water than others. Some prefer a little bit different pH in the soil, but then cannabis, being what it is, will really only uptake nutrients in a pH range from about 6.8 to about 5.5. So the plant, if the pH of the soil or the grow medium is outside of that, like let's say it's 7 and 5, then the plant's receiving no benefit from 7 to 6.8 and no benefit from 5.5 to 5. Yeah, your setup makes a difference too. How are you growing? You know, some strains perform much better outdoors, some much better indoors. As we've talked about before, you kind of need to match your strain to the latitude or the area in which you live.
Yeah,
if you're growing outdoors.
That's Seed Squatch and I were going over that yesterday or the day before, and we were discussing my climate, and I had to make sure I told them that, you know, I'm swampy, that my yard will get wet, very wet at times, because they realized after they built my house that it was a swamp.
And that's one thing that's not good for cannabis. In cannabis, you want, you know, more of a sandy, looser soil base, right?
I live on a mountain, bro.
Yeah, you want to be able to have good drainage. Well, in Jamaica, it's a lot of mountain too, a lot of volcanic rock. But the roots, because roots being what they are able to find their ways through the pores in that rock, right?
Right, that's what you told me. I mean, the area that I'm gonna put them in is behind the house, and it's a lot drier back there. It seems to be up higher than the rest of the yard.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Jamaica's not necessarily built on granite; it's built on volcanic rock, which has air pockets. Which, when the lava solidifies, it leaves little channels and crevices and cracks, right?
Right,
where granite doesn't. So, granite's a more difficult rock to have as
but you said it'll grow under the soil across the top of the rocks,
well,
right?
that's it. Even if you only had 4, 5, 6 inches of topsoil between there and solid rock, the plant root will go down until it hits the rock, and then it'll go out. It'll just start to spread out from there. So, that's one thing. That's why
now is there like a distance between your plants that you should have because of the roots, or is it
not necessarily for roots? Because if you're growing indoors, they're each in their own independent
pot
container, right? Whether it's a pot or a bag or a Rockwell cube, or when you're outdoors, it doesn't really matter because there's so much room for those roots to spread anyway, that the roots aren't what you're concerned with. What you're concerned with is having enough space so that
they can grow and get the right
so
lighting.
that none of your plant is shaded by another plant.
Right.
And so that they can't touch another plant when they're fully grown, because where they touch is the opportunity for powdery mildew and things like that to happen. Yeah. Right. So you want to have each plant kind of have enough space that it's independent of any other foliage that's around it, whether that be another cannabis plant.
I didn't know that. Is that I'm sure it's true. Sativa grows better in the south and indica in the north.
Yeah.
That's good to know, because I'm an indica guy and I'm in the north.
Yeah, because sativas are tall and lanky plants that usually take a little longer to through the flower cycle. They usually have a longer flower cycle as a pure sativa. So they were more suited to more equatorial type situations. So when Zen's talking about north versus south, we'd be talking more like between the upper regions of where you could grow and the equator, and then from the equator to the southern regions in which you could grow, because of course at either pole it's cold, right? So the indicas will do better above a certain latitude and below a certain latitude. And
above the equator and below, above the equator for indicas, below the equator for sativas, or
think about dividing it into the equator, the southern region above the equator, the northern region below the equator, then the southern region below the equator, and the northern region above. So you'd actually have 4 different regions there. So in the 2 middle regions, your sativas would be better suited, and in the 2 extreme ends, the indicas
the
would
North Pole and the South Pole down.
Yeah, going towards those directions.
Gotcha. But I'm still in the northern area. No matter
yeah. You're more north, for sure. I mean, when you start getting down to, like Arizona, New Mexico, Southern California, Mexico, places like that, that's when you're getting closer. Like down in the islands,
Florida, the Key West,
Africa, where a lot of these land races started were in Africa. But then you had the more northern ones that were coming in places like Afghanistan and the Hindu Kush Mountains and places like that, which were colder. Tibet, all these different places, right? So, budget, absolutely, Zen. Next question Garrett had was, how does one choose the right growing medium, soil, hydroponics, etc., for specific needs? Well, soil.
I usually let DoktorHigh tell me.
Yeah, soil is the most forgiving medium and is the most common for people to use, because it's very forgiving. And it all depends on where you are, Garrett, because an $800 budget doesn't go very far when it comes to growing cannabis, unless you already have your lights, your air movement, if you have everything already and you're just talking about growing mediums, then $800, you could go various ways with that, right? And that would be a substantial budget for just grow medium. But you have multiple ways, right? You have soil, you have the hydroponic mediums such as cocoa coir, rock wool, the clay balls, stuff like that. And then you have soil and perlite and So soil is the most forgiving because it already has some nutrient value to it, and then you can just enhance it. If you start with your sheep manure and bat guano and fish emulsion, and you mix all that in with, let's say, a pro mix, right, which already has your perlite. So you combine all those and you use that as your soil, then you're off to a pretty good start there. How's it going, Sean? Jeff, how's everything today?
Good afternoon, fellas. Good afternoon.
And if you're choosing to grow hydroponically, then you have to provide everything to the plant in its entirety. You also have to be very careful and control your pH levels, things like that, right? So that's things to consider. If you're growing outdoors, then hydroponic isn't really an issue anyway. You're almost always going to grow in soil outside. But when you're indoors, soil is a bit of a problem because it's messy. It takes up a lot of space. You really need to kind of mix it together. Yeah, pH and ppm 100%. And ppm, parts per million, or TDS, they call it sometimes, total dissolved solids, that will tell you where your feed is, because most plant nutrients either come in a liquid form or a powder form. So you start with regular water. You add your correct measurements of nutrients for the number of gallons you're going to produce, if you're going to produce 1 gallon. And it's much, much less than people think, right? Like we used to do a 25-gallon feed in the tub when we do our mixes. And we were still using, like quarter of a cup, eighth of a cup. You know what I mean? Like 100 milliliters of this, 20 milliliters of that. Very small amounts.
Powerful stuff.
That vast amount of water, right?
Yeah.
And one of the biggest mistakes that rookie growers make is overfeeding their plants, is giving them too much nutrition.
Great. That's where I'm coming up on now.
Yeah, you'll see that happen because the tips of your leaves will start to brown. So you'll actually get what they call nutrient burn. And then when your tips start to burn, this is when you have an indication that you're overfeeding your plant. As soon as you see that, you stop with the nutrients and you just feed water for a couple of days. Yeah, because you get a nutrient lock in the roots because there's salts and things like that involved in those foods, and they accumulate around the roots of the plant, and it'll lock them out from being able to absorb anything at all. So when that happens, you need to flush, and that's when you're going with your straight water. So ppm and pH are the two things that you absolutely need to control when you're growing indoors and hydroponically.
I have a question, not really a question, more of a, let's talk about this for a second, because Curly Kell was going to go to her local place today.
Yep.
And she came up with some prices and some numbers from her dispensary. And I'm like, damn. So she had a 1/4 ounce of flour.
Yep.
That was coming in at 33%.
Okay.
For $55. Something fishy there.
No, not necessarily.
Well, it's 8 weeks old or something, 10 weeks old. 12
well,
weeks.
It's been tested. So there's a COA that allows them to label the package because they're in New York State. Although we know New York State, they do force the testing, but there has been some evidence that the testing may not necessarily be correct. You know what I mean? Like the numbers are being a bit skewed, or they're shopping around to labs and publishing the most favorable result from 4 or 5 different lab tests.
I hate that. That. Why do they got to do that? Like, we're trying to make this a better thing. We're trying to make it good for us. And then you got people that are doing stupid shit that are going to fuck it up.
Well, and that's it. But the problem is that people shop by THC. They shouldn't, because it's a mistake, right? THC is an important component, but it's not the most important component, especially for a medical user.
But right? As somebody who was a recreational user all my life, we didn't give a fuck. It took care of whatever was going on, like
it's either good weed or not good weed. You know what I mean? Basically, we never knew the percentages growing up ever.
Right. So why does it fucking? I mean, I don't know. It's just ornery. I just get it.
Yeah. No, it's kind of crazy, but that's how they charge in the market, right? If you bring a product to market that's 16% or 17%, it's bottom dollar in the dispensary, and it'll probably sit there for a long time, because as long as there's 20 and 22 and 25 and 28 and 30 on those store shelves, people are going to buy that product first all the time.
Well,
because
I'm pretty sure she said 33%. I'm pretty sure she said 33%.
Like that's really extreme. What that's saying is that 1/3 of the bud weight is cannabinoids. 1/3. Like, I don't know how much trichome you ever see on your bud, but it's hard to imagine that 1/3 of that plant can reach it. You know, even 25.
There's more. There's more. She had a cart, a liquid live resin cart, that was testing in the 90s.
Then that's most likely not a liquid live resin. It's most likely a distillate.
It may have been a distillate, but I thought she said a live resin cart.
Yeah, it's really rare to see a live resin that'll come up above the low 80s naturally.
Well, she's saying yes.
Yeah, but
I'm saying they got some doctored up ass numbers over there, man. 90% on a liquid live resin.
This is one way you could get a liquid live resin at that number, and that's if you did a bubble hash extraction first. So if you took that live cannabis and extracted it through a water extraction process, then took your hash and then squeezed the hash for resin, then chances are that you can pull that kind of number. Right?
You think they're doing that?
Sounds like a lot of work. They could be doing CO2 extraction and then cleaning that with alcohol, right? Washing it with alcohol first and then removing the alcohol and leaving that liquid live resin, or they could be doing ethanol extraction under the same process. So there's a couple ways they could do it, but that's a pretty high number for a liquid live resin. Yeah, diamonds and sauce. Yeah, diamonds by nature, once you crystallize THCA, that's 99.9. And the terp sauce is all the flavor. So you must be using butane or propane extraction to do that.
I thought we were going to talk to him about this tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Don't ask him. Shh. Don't answer those questions.
That's my passion too, Zen. I'm an extractor by heart. Yep. BHO.
I'm a smoker. That's my attraction is smoking it. I'm a smoker by heart.
I tell you, I've made probably I probably extracted close to 8,000 pounds of BHO. A lot of weed. Yeah. Over those years when I ran that closed loop system, that thing was active all week long. We stayed busy. All right. What's Garrett got next for us up here? We got to go back a ways.
Yeah, everybody's with me. We're smokers.
Okay. So how do growers ensure that cannabis plants receive the right nutrients and in the correct amount? So
Zen, hold on. Let me say something to Zen. Zen, thank you so much for saying that. We appreciate that. We're here every day, Monday through Friday from 12 to 2. And we're on the radio live 365 or tune in. I'm on 24 hours a day over there. Well, between me and my other friends.
Close enough.
I'm on 15. Everybody else does a little bit. But thank you so much for stopping in. I can't wait to meet you and talk to you tomorrow. I have heard and seen videos of yours. Yeah. Are you okay over there, Stoner?
Yeah. I just wanted to look something up here. Okay. I'm just looking for the right numbers, because that's one thing. Like, I'm not passionate about cultivation, so I don't retain the knowledge quite the same way.
Right.
But the three that are the most important in cannabis growing is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, NPK. So when the plant's in the vegetative state, it requires a different percentage of NP and K than it does in the flowering. And I think it's I don't want to say it unless I know for sure, and I don't know for sure unless I look it up.
What strain is that behind you in your pumpkin? I like those leaves.
It's Octobersaurus.
Octobersaurus Rex.
Octobersaurus Rex.
Like our friend Weedosaurus Rex that was
That's
here
right.
yesterday.
That's right.
Shout
Well,
out to
Weedosaurus Rex. After him, so it'll be good. Yeah, you can definitely see by the leaves for sure when you're feeding incorrectly. That's a good place to look. I mean, the leaves are really your first point of understanding what you're doing with your plant. They show the deficiencies first.
Well, I'm doing good. I got leaves.
Yeah, and if they look nice and they're green and you don't see any brown spots, you're not seeing any curling, you're not seeing any wrinkling or clawing, then chances are that everything is fairly well on track.
I feel like there's a little curling on the very bottom row of leaves, but that's only because I haven't turned the light towards that side yet. I just,
yeah, well, that's it, right? You'll see a plant when you first go into a grow, right at the transition from your dark cycle to your light cycle. When you look at the leaves on the branches, they'll be sitting down like this. Then you turn on the lights. If you go back and you look an hour later, the leaves are now sitting like this.
Oh yeah, my leaves are
like I always say. It's like the plant gets an erection, right?
Yeah, he's got a little woody right now, like me.
If your plants are thirsty and they're requiring watering, even with
watering day too.
Even with the lights on, they'll still sag, right? Because when you put the water into the plant, that water swells through because the inside is hollow. The inside of all your branches, the inside of your stem, it's hollow. That's actually a sign of a really good grow. Is when you harvest your plant, it's like a straw running through the center. And that's the way the nutrition gets carried throughout the plant. It gets sucked through that straw to all the different areas of the plant.
I'm definitely going to say that it is watering day. I have not watered in 2 days, so it's definitely, I got to check her and pick her up, but I feel like it's definitely, you can see the soil starting to get a little different colored on the top, so I know it's time to check her. And I feel like that'll definitely help with her energy. But besides that, she looks beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, the plant's looking good so far, right? But that's all I'm saying is that.
But then I was looking at a video of some guy who had one plant. I don't remember where I saw it. Somebody, you might have even seen it because I think it was in one of our groups somewhere here. But he had one plant and that shit was like 700 branches going up, and he had like netting holding up all of his branches. And
that was that big plant that was all shaped to the tops, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have, right? That's what I'm trying for here.
Well, that's what you always kind of want to try for, right? Especially when you're space restricted.
Well, I'm restricted already. This bitch is already starting to get in the way. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, that's what it's about, right? It's maximizing the canopy. And the canopy is the tops of the cannabis plant. So your canopy you want to have as level as possible, and you want to maximize it as much as you can.
I think
even from a single stock.
I think that when Christopher is ready, we should have him come live and do everything with us, like the cutting day.
Sure.
And the trimming day. We should have like a live show where people can watch them cut and trim, and you can not train them, but put him in the right direction, make sure he's trimming appropriately. I think that would be very informational to all of our friends.
Well, I'll tell you what, it'll be a long 2 weeks watching them dry.
Well, we're not. We'll just check in on them every day there.
And that's the thing, right? When you're drying your plant, we would shoot, like we had some pretty expensive equipment to test this sort of things, which most people at home aren't going to have. But we could test the humidity, the moisture content of the bud. And we always shot for between 13 and 15%. And then at that range, when we tested in the morning and we saw it was right in that range, then the plants would come out of the dry room and they would come to me, and I'd have my crew of trimmers, and we would do the final manicure on everything. So get everything bag ready, right? From there, because everything was mechanically trimmed before. And then it still gets ugly. When it dries, the bud shrinks, you get more leaf that still pops out. So we clean it all up, make it nice and pretty. And then right into what they called CV vaults, canna vaults, which were big stainless steel bins, like a huge salad bowl, basically, but with a lid with a rubber seal that could be snapped shut.
Right.
So we would fill up the vaults with cannabis, and we'd be somewhere between 13 and 15%. And over the next 30 days, every morning, and I used to hate this part of my job because some days it was 250 vaults I had to open and rotate. So every day I had to go in, open up every vault, toss the weed inside, just get my hand underneath, change its position, reseal the vault, put it back on the pallet, and go through that routine every day for a month.
Oh,
and then, and then by the end of that month, we'd be at 10% moisture, 9% moisture, which was really kind of perfect, right? Which is really where you want to package your product at for its final packaging. So it takes time, right?
Is that like the burping process or whatever they call it?
Yeah, that's the cure. So what we're doing for 30 days is curing, but what I was doing on a daily basis was burping.
Yeah. So, but you were doing how many containers did you say?
Oh, sometimes if I had 2 harvests in the dry room, in the vault, in the inventory, I could be doing 250 of those
bins a day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
That's when you got to hire my guy Felipe and have him come and do all that shit.
Well, I could do it pretty quick, right? Like I could get through all of those in maybe an hour and a half. I could get them done.
It's just monotonous. It's just I don't like the monotony of having to do something like that. I like having a different job every day.
But
different things happen here every day, so
I kind of loved it because
right, Zen. I like to smoke it better than doing all that shit.
Every day I'd be able to smell the difference, see the change. You know what I mean? And that was my job. The master grower was responsible for that cannabis until it hit the dry room. While it was in the dry room, it was a joint decision between him and I. We met every morning. We did our testing.
So there was a dry room guy who was in charge of the dry room, and you and him would make the decision?
No, the master grower.
Oh, I thought you were the master grower.
No, I wasn't the master grower. I'll never be a master grower because I don't love growing that much. You know what I mean? Like a master grower has to really be in love with cultivation. And I care more about what happens with weed after it gets cut. You know what I mean? So he was responsible for all the cultivation and into the dry room. So the initial harvest, the first trim, and the dry room. Then once it was in the dry room, both him and I would meet every day to discuss the condition of the cannabis and decide what our next move was, right? Was it ready to move over yet for the next phase, or should it still stay in the dry room, or should some of it be gone because we'd be taking all the trim earlier because we packaged our trim also, right? Because that trim could be sent out to companies for extraction who could extract that product.
Catnip.
Yeah, catnip, yeah.
Make some catnip out of that shit. Some quality catnip.
Yeah. But after the dry room, as soon as we made the determination the product was done in the dry room, from that point until the time the product left the facility to its final destination, I was in charge then. Right? So I was in charge.
You were in charge of making sure it made it to the new location without being
I was in charge. I was in charge of making sure that it got on the armored courier's truck. And once that happened, it wasn't our problem anymore.
No longer involved.
But all the process that happened, that's it. The final appearance of the cannabis, the final quality and moisture content and testing and all that was my department. So that's really what I did for them.
Sorry, I leaned. I had to fart.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, it's 1:15. We should probably line up because we didn't do our late commercials. So we should probably line up the commercials and get a 420 song done.
we'll play the 420 song and then we'll do the commercials right after.
Either way you want to do it, that's up to you. I'm just watching the time.
Thank you.
So, damn, I like to smoke it better. Yeah, for sure.
Damn, who fought?
Yeah, 65% humidity is not a bad place to shoot. I like to go a little lower. I like to do it at 60 is where I prefer to do my dry, but it depends on how much time you want to take to dry, right? If you bump up to 65, then you might add 2 days to your drying time, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if you have control of your environment, right? It's all about environmental control when you're cultivating and after you're done. Like we talked about the other day, growing the weed's only half of the problem. It's harvesting, drying, curing, and preparing to smoke it. That's the other half. So it's 50-50, right? When it comes to weed, the growing part isn't everything, and then the harvest and the cure part isn't everything, but they're all as important as each other. So would you do a line?
Yeah. You saw that? Shit.
I heard it.
No.
The sounds you never forget.
No, I did not do that. I haven't done that in many years. Thank you. Very proud of myself that I am no longer a partaker in that.
That's the past, man.
Yeah, I don't look back at the past. I
Nope.
look forward.
That's right.
Never straight. Look forward.
This one's for you, Zen. Bon appetit, baby. There's a nice pile of crumble on the screen.
Oh, don't worry. You tell us when you're ready. We'll just schedule you in. You tell us when you're ready for harvest.
Zen?
No, DoktorHigh. I mean, Christopher. Fuck.
Oh.
I'm reading the chat over there, and I'm like trying to keep up. I'm like,
I'm an evangelist.
Everybody's fucking name, but the right one. All right, here we go. We're going to do the commercials.
I'm going to take a look now,
Discover
Kelly.
the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Herbs?
With a passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs and concentrates.
Wait a minute, do they have weed?
Our dedicated team is here to guide you on your wellness journey. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10, ensuring you have access to what you need when you need it most. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is located at
pot
2941 Highway 11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. If you need assistance anytime,
I need assistance. I need weed.
Just call 506-871-4299. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Where all the potheads go.
Have you ever pondered cannabis beyond the haze? Would you like to know more about this incredible plant? Dive into DoktorHigh.com. Unlock medical wonders, master home-based crafts, and debunk myths. Do you support our mission? Shop DoktorHigh AI Haze on Etsy for cannabis-themed clothing, mugs, and digital downloads using original AI cannabis art. Hell, we might even have some psychedelic mushroom items there too. We also have 25 books on cannabis and specific medical conditions available at DoktorHigh on Amazon.com. DoktorHigh.com, cannabis information, education, and advocacy.
Hey, Mrs. Hippie, why don't we take a ride to Dauphin, PA today?
Dauphin? What's in Dauphin?
Bella's Badass Crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Today I want to go there and pick up all my great finds.
That sounds like a great road trip. That's Bella's Badass Crystals on TikTok and Facebook, but you can also find them on the top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA.
They are badass.
Paints LTD add a splash of color to your world. Collins Painting is a veteran-owned and operated business. They can transform your space to whatever your heart desires. Say goodbye to the boring beige and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Painting team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call Collins Paint LTD today to get a fast and easy quote. Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176. Are you in the Ellensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints LTD. Ugly walls?
Bye-bye to bottled water.
What the hell was
Holistic Health
that,
Water has
Dr.
certified medical-grade water ionizers that make 7 types of water,
What,
including
George?
healthy alkaline. There's a
started
5
her
micron
commercial
filter that
over,
lasts
played
up
for
to
like
a
5
year, and
minutes, and
each
then
machine
quit.
lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to
Yeah,
your
we gotta-
faucet
we
or
gotta work
install
on
under
that.
your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free. Change your water and change your life. Ownyourwater.org.
Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. If you need some kick-ass puppets, contact Thorge at 1-636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact Thorge today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. He also makes LARPing items too.
Nice. Nice.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you looking at have some crocheted made by hand stuff like your Grammy used to do for you? Then you need to check out You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok. Vern can do what you need. She crochets hats, she crochets animals, everything, anything you may need. She also makes vinyl stickers, banners for your business. Anything that you might want that she can do, she can definitely do it for you. Want an I Hate My Ex sticker? She's got you covered. Anything, and I mean anything that you may need. She has cheap and reasonable prices. Check her out. You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok.
Hey, it's Bill Schmidt Jr., a.k.a. Billy Blaze, a.k.a. 420 Kid of the Holistic Cloud. R.I.P. to my man Derek Crum. I want to give a shout out to Calligraphy, my dude me, little homie Manuel Noriega, Big Just, Rossi, Jack the Apostle, the League.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Big buzz to little crumbs broke up in the bottom. Feel like autumn leaves falling. Only problem needs solving is seeing who I'm calling for some trees to indulge in.
How you doing?
Billy, he keep his head in the cloud. Bel Air Kush by the bush. Wow. Screaming loud, still smoking, having nice dreams floating through space. So when they ask me how high, my reply, I'm half baked. Sir, smoke a lot. Doctor said I need a bacchiotomy. Prescribe me huckleberry and lemon cherry gelato, G. I take it back to rolling in the Optimo, blowing smoke out my nose, dropping ashes on my clothes till I doze off. I'm so fried, no lie. Got you afraid of heights, scared to look down, you so high. Cause when I spit that shit, it's like I lit that shit in the crowd, pass it around and let you hit that shit. Weed is all I need. Smoke that weed. Weed is all I breathe. Smoke that leaf. Roll up in the leaf for my relief. I'm in love with the THC.
Roll that shit. What are you doing over there, buddy?
I'm looking up the stream that Shirley Kelby sent me.
Lick that shit, burn it. Roll that shit, lick that shit,
Burn it. Roll that shit. Lick that shit. Burn it.
roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. Roll that shit, lick that shit.
I don't know. DoktorHigh moved my chair over next to him.
What the hell happened?
Homie got the rap, give me the sack. Let the good times roll.
See my boogers?
Beat LA Kush, give me mental control. L lit back roll, 5 hats told. The studio we roll, bring relief. We the music, all I need to know. Healthier than pill pop. Mother give me herbs to fill spot. My medication can't do a kill shot. Many strands, lay hands in stressful situations. Out of all the girls in my life, Mary Jane a reservation. Here at 23, raising hands in liberation. A celebration, history.
Roll that shit. Lick that shit and burn it every day.
Politics throughout the nation, making us stop debating Billy Blunt stash flavor taste the weed.
Weed is all I need. Smoke that weed.
Stoner Talk. Welcome in. Weedosaurus Rex. Welcome in. THC. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it. Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it.
Weedosaurus Rex, how you doing today, man? Stoner Talk, how's it going, Zach?
Everybody make sure you go download Stoner Talk. It is available for all devices now. Check it out. Where we can go and do what we want to do. Not get in trouble like TikTok. Jackasses over on TikTok. Hate TikTok. Hate them. I got banana PTSD from TikTok. WTHC. We're back. You're hanging with Da.Hippie and DoktorHigh. It is the Cannabis Chronicles. We're here every day. I almost said 8 a.m. 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. every day for your lunchtime break. Come on in, hang out, get high with us. Ask questions. We can help you with anything, or try to, except for sex. I'm not very good at that.
What?
I just got this thing. I haven't really gotten it down.
I'm good, Weedosaurus Rex. You? Yeah, we'll definitely have you back so you can.
Absolutely. I want to talk about the shit I saw yesterday about the gun laws that's going on now over there. I heard they're fucking with your gun laws and your weed laws together now. I was reading a whole article on it yesterday.
So Curly Kell sent me a picture.
Yeah, that's the shit I was telling you about, bro.
This strain that she picked up at the Botanist, I would imagine, is where she shopped for it. Looks about right. So it's called Traystar Times Highwayman. And it has the Botanist. It says it's trim. So not even bud. I don't know. It says trim here. And it says details. THC 33.72%.
She didn't get it yet. So
okay.
Good. Stop her. Stop. Don't go.
I have some concerns with this. I don't know if it's a labeling thing or what it is, but it says, okay, it says details. THC 33.72%. And then in the description, it says THC 7.43 milligrams per gram, which is 7.43%. And then it says D9 THC at 1.45%. So if I add those two together, I'm coming to a 9.5% THC. Now, is there something they're not talking about here? Because they're saying total cannabinoids at 33.72. Now, from reading this, I'm only seeing it at 9.5%, not at 33.72.
Give me the phone number. We're going to call them and we're going to ask them questions.
Funnily enough, it says, sorry, we're closed. The Botanist Middletown will be open on Wednesday, 10/18. Oh, it is Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? No, it's Thursday, the 19th. Okay. Yeah, so but this is very confusing, and it doesn't give any more information than that. But that just doesn't add up to me. Because the only THC they're announcing in the description comes nowhere near 33%. But then they say total cannabinoids at 33%. So by my math, then they must have somewhere in the neighborhood of 22% CBD, CBG, CBD, CBGA, CBC, whatever it is, because they're talking total cannabinoids at that level.
NBA, MLB.
Yeah, to me, that's quite fishy. I just don't. I don't understand it at all.
Yeah, that's why I said, DoktorHigh, we got to talk about Curly Kell because something's not right. She's going to buy some fishy shit up there.
Yeah, like there's something weird. And then they have two other offerings, right? Same company.
Zach, you can do whatever you want over there, bro.
Same company at 13.74%, 15.33. They got a 29 there, which is ChemDog, possible. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what to make of that, Curly Kell.
Yeah, but if you don't like that, then what makes me think that I want to like that whole place? Because now everything in that place makes me shady. It's like going to the shady guy on the corner.
And the interesting thing is it looks to me like they're packaging other people's production, right? Because these are branded to the store. Now, I think I'm right about what I was saying because I'm just looking at their blueberry right now and it says whole flower. And then when I look at the Traystar Times Highwayman, it says trim. Whole flower. Then you
start a new segment. If you're not down, DoktorHigh, I'll get somebody else.
Hold on. Now this makes it much more interesting, right?
We're going to start a new segment. We're going to call these dispensaries and call them out on their bullshit.
That's it. So this is another red flag for me. So I'm looking at the Indica Traystar Times Highwayman from the Botanist, the trim at 7 grams for $55. And the THC is reported to be 33.72%.
All right, Zen, thank you so much for coming by. We will see you. I will send you a link. If you found tie-dye tea in your friend request, I'll follow you back, and then I'll send you a link right there. Worst comes to worst, I'll have DoktorHigh get your email, and I'll email you a link if I have to.
Thanks for stopping by today, Zen. We're looking forward to hanging with you tomorrow. It's going to be a fun show. So back to what I was saying with Cal. Now, they have 2 different versions of the Traystar Times Highwayman here from the Botanist in Middletown. The trim, they're claiming to be 33.72%. But underneath, they have 7 grams of smalls. So below canopy, below prime bud.
Yeah,
and that's only testing in at 23.19%.
Right.
So my question is, how can the trim...
Well, they took off all the good stuff when they trimmed it.
Yeah, they must have trimmed it right down to the stalk.
Right down to the stem. And then you're getting a stem for 23. And
yeah, like... I don't know, Cal. Sorry, but I wouldn't buy that because there's just too much weirdness going on. It makes no sense to me at all.
Well, she's asking you to please see if there's anything there. She has to go to that one, unfortunately, because she only has a limited amount of time with Charles's birthday today. Happy birthday, Chucky! And she wants to know something that she's going to be happy with.
Can you give me an idea what your budget would be? And do you only want flour? Well, there's important for anybody in Ohio.
Today, right there, Zach Wilson says it. Everybody, get you if you're in Ohio or in the Ohio area. That's breaking news. You need to get there and help picket and walk and show them that you need to vote yes on 2. But Zach, make sure you guys read those fucking laws, man. They just sent a big article about how they're going to fuck with the guns and the weed. And it's like they're keeping it down. It seemed like it was like they were trying to sneak something in underneath the carpet when I was reading it.
They do that all the time, right? They always try to pass these bills about one thing.
And it was like if you, I don't remember. I don't want to misquote because I don't remember. I'm too high. But it wasn't good. It wasn't good. I mean, I own a gun, but I would give my gun up to have my medical card. I'm not that kind of a gun guy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm more concerned about my medical health than owning a gun.
Than owning a gun.
Yeah. But I didn't have to. Luckily, I don't know why everybody was freaking the freak out, but I went there. Dr. Harris didn't even ask me about a gun. And I went there with crazy as my category. Crazy was one of my categories.
All except Billy Blaze, Zach. All but Billy Blaze.
Right. F politicians. Except
you know what I find kind of funny, though, is that somebody's organizing a cannabis event, picketing to get people to vote yes in Ohio, but they're doing it by Wendy's. Now, what's the indicator there? I mean, do we need to picket someplace close to the fast food so when the munchies don't have
all of our stoners that are going in there to get our food because we got the munchies?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit!
That might be the best place to actually throw these kind of events, right? It's right in front of fast food restaurants, donut shops.
Right, we got the munchies. We need
parlors.
to get right. You got to pick it out in front of those places. Plus, the owner of Wendy's is probably high off of his ass, and he's like, "You know what? I don't give a shit, bro. I eat Wendy's all day."
Yeah.
Well, anybody, maybe I'm going to take a trip over there. You know what I mean? And get over there to that. No, I'm lying. I can't get there. I'm sorry. It's too far. I would be there, though. I would be there. And are our Weed Suit Hero friends going to be out there? Where's Useless? I mean, Useless. Thinks he's a movie star over here. Doing podcasts every day. That's not right. Oh, that's
not right.
That's not right. Now, who was that? That was that comedian, Andy Panette, right? Or something like that. That's not right. Sorry, I'm sweating, but if I don't, I'll explode. Some of them will be there. Awesome. We had Michael on last night. What a great, I was going to say his last name, but I'm not going to because I'll fuck it up again. I fucked it up so many times last night. Alicea. Michael Alicea. It just takes me a couple minutes to remember and how to say it. Michael Alicea was on the show with DJ Envy and I last night. It was a great show. He's the one that did the art for us. He did all the drawings, Dr.High.
Yes. Oh, I'm aware.
You don't know where?
No, I am aware of who Michael Alicea is. Yeah, absolutely.
And he does murals. So if anybody's out there looking for a mural, like if you want to put a big mural on the front of your house to piss off your neighbor, go for it. Call Michael. He'll do it for you. Yeah, it's a good traffic spot, Dr. High, if you're looking it up on the map. That's what.
No, I'm just getting back to Curly Kel because it's hard for me to help her out if I don't know what she's looking for and how much money she's budgeting for her trip.
Well, I think that was her budget, like she was excited about that because of the price, so I think she wants flour.
Flour and she wants it in the $50 range.
Yeah, a quarter of it, I would assume, something like that.
Yeah, a quarter of it.
But she doesn't want to get
rid of it. All right,
let me have a look.
Let me have a look at what's available to you.
Well, tell everybody I send my love, Zach. Are you gonna be there, bro? Or you man in something else? You in charge of something else today? You in charge of social media today? The Blade, man, that 420 club. I didn't get to the playground last night either. I'm a little pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Blaze.
Indica or sativa, Curly Cal?
Indica.
Indica.
She just canceled it. So she had already pre-ordered it. And now thank God you got to her just in time.
Hey, you know what's funny, right? Some of this, they're not even giving the numbers for it.
Can I call them? You want to call them? We can call them. I'll shut up. You talk. Make them look like asses.
There's a lot of pre-ground flour.
Ask them why. Is everything coming up off the floor?
Yeah. This might be okay. It's a hybrid.
Yeah, any support's good support, Zach. You know that shit. Everybody out there, get the people beeping, do a little dance, show your boobies.
Who's that?
Zach.
Zach's going to show us his boobies?
Well, we got to get people to vote yes on 2.
I was going to say, it's no worse than you showing everybody your business.
Yeah, I show my business. You want to see? I'm willing. I'm proud of my shit.
That's funny. Wow, it's very hard to deal with this store, Curly Kel, because
she hates it. She hates it, but it's the closest one to her house, and she's got to get there and back because she's only got a little bit of a break.
But they're giving so little information. Like, I don't even know how I can guide you here. I really don't.
Grow your own.
Yeah.
Grow your own. You live in New York, you can grow your own.
I mean, this is the description, right? Like, let's pull up garlic cane. So that's a slur cane on GMO. So they call it garlic cane. Now, slur cane, we used to be able to hit 24, 25%. GMO, I've never grown, so I don't have an idea what the testing would be on that.
Well, what about a vape, she said, until tomorrow?
Vape might be easier, but this is the description, right? It says garlic cane number 2. And it says, it's easy to tell what the main flavor is in this strain, garlic. Garlic cane is a rare hybrid that offers the sharp and savory flavors but it tells me nothing else. It tells me nothing about terpenes, nothing about cannabinoids, nothing.
That sounds quality. That sounds like a quality place.
Yeah, no, it's really not right that I mean, they're just not providing enough information to be able to make
I just got to move the camera and hook up my phone real quick, and you got to give me the number. We can call them and make them look like idiots. I'd be proud. We got 20 minutes left. We could do it for the last 20 minutes of the show. You could drag the dumbass out, whoever that is, because you'll be like, can I talk to management?
And was this the same place that Curly Kel was talking about getting the live resin from?
Yeah, 93% live resin cart.
Yeah, see, now I only see live distillate. Well,
Curly Kel is not the
live
sharpest
cartridge, live cartridge.
Ball. She's not the sharpest bowling ball.
No, it's all distillate. All these big numbers they're all distillate. None of them are
stoner.
So indicas, what would I choose if I had to choose? No, that's maybe where you could go with your highwayman.
She said, is distillate good? I mean, she'll be happy with a distillate as long as it's going to get her high.
Well, distillate will get you high, but it has very little medicinal property.
It's not going to help with you crazy.
Yeah, because most
do they have indica distillates? Yeah.
Oh, right? Absolutely. You can actually get the highwayman.
Just get her a good one there, and she'll be thrilled.
Yeah, like what you were looking at before. You were looking at Traystar times Highwayman. They have the
more flavor, right? More flavor.
Live distillate vape here at 10-1, 91% THC, CBG at 3.4, THC at 91 point. They just put it all together, right? They have THC at 91%, and then they have THC 9. D9 THC at 91.
That's a new symbol. They've been putting on a lot of my shit too.
Yeah.
They put that little triangle and the number 9, and then they say THC.
Yeah. Well, that's because D8 and D10 are unregulated, right? So they want people to know this isn't a hemp product. This is marijuana.
Well, yeah. Also for law enforcement, if they pull you over, right? So they pull you over and they look at your medicine and they say, oh, this one says D9. Oh, you're trying to get by. You don't have the legal shit. You got the D9 one now.
So
make sure
I guess Curly Kel,
put your shit in the bag.
If you're looking for an indica, something strong at a decent price, you can get a 0.5 distillate vape, $58, 85 live Highwayman, 10-1 vape.
There you go, Curly Kel. And then don't go there no more, because those jerks are jerks.
Like, that blows my mind, right? $58 US. I was looking at the exchange rate yesterday because I wanted to change.
She said, can you wrote it to her? She's talking like DJ Nephew Nick now. Can you wrote it to her?
I'm going to put it right in the chat.
He'll put it right in the chat. Okay, Nick. Oh, she's in a meeting. That's right. I forgot. Anybody else, if you're going and you don't really know what you're doing, DoktorHigh is happy to look up your local dispensary and help you out and tell you what you want to get. And if you have like symptoms or something that you're trying to relieve or alleviate, he can help you. We can help you. I should say we, because I pretend like I know what I'm doing. DoktorHigh Weedosaurus Rex is going to send a menu to you. Wait till you see their prices.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see it. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Now I'm trying to get all the way back down here to where we were. All right.
That's because you just wrote it 4 times, you freak.
But no, I only wrote it once. But this is the crazy thing, right? $58
for a half a gram.
For a half a gram. Now, $58 US is right now about $72 Canadian, something around that range, right? So, right here.
Don't do it to me. Don't do it.
2 grams, right? It says right there on the bottom.
We can't see, but yeah. Oh, yeah, 2 grams. I see it.
2 grams.
It disappeared.
2 of these So 4 grams for $70 Canadian.
Wow, which is like $40 us.
Probably about 45. Yep.
Yeah, $45 us for 4 grams.
For 4 grams. And it's the same thing. It's distillate. Exactly the same.
I love USA.
Well, that's the joy of legalization.
Oh, Canada.
That's the joy of legalization. And being able to shop on First Nations territory. Right?
As an American, am I allowed to walk over onto the land, First Nation territory, and go into one of those stores?
Well, they probably exist on both sides of the border, no?
I don't care. I'm going to Canada. I want to know. I want to know.
Taylor, herbs and concentrates. Do you carry the gas gang pens, and what do you sell them for?
For crying out loud, I guess we'll just.
If you don't carry the gas gang pens, you should track the guys down that do them because they are fantastic. They have the DoktorHigh seal of approval, and I can go to my cupboard right now and pull out about 8 of them. So that's how I believe in them. Yeah.
31 gram.
Okay. A little more expensive in Bird Church than they are in Quebec, but that's not unusual to see a variation.
52 gram.
50 for the 2 gram. That's pretty bang on if you're just buying one. 40 in Ontario. Here they're 45 for 1, 2 for 70. So right on the same thing. They're just simply distillate pens, Weedosaurus Rex. So here's the 2 that I always keep right here in front of me while I'm working.
That one looks like Joe Biden on the front of it.
It is Joe Biden. It's a sour diesel.
Nice.
And the monkey is the banana split.
Nice.
So this one's a sativa. This one's an indica.
Now, I'm going to ask you something, and I need an honest opinion, an honest answer, sir.
I don't think I could give you an honest answer if I tried. It's just not in my nature.
All right. Well, here we go. We're going to try.
Okay.
You don't feel weird about buying something that has a picture of Joe Biden on the front of it as a weed product. No. You don't think that that's fake?
Well, I think that they can package it any way they want.
That is not real fucking weed. That is not medically grade weed. That is whatever somebody put into that shit.
But I'm a recreational user.
All right. I mean, I guess that's, but I don't know what's in that. You know what I mean? Like,
luckily enough for me, I've got so much experience that if I buy a device for the very first time, I'll know very, very quickly whether I ever want to do business with that company again. Right? So I can roll the dice on a product and I'll know right away whether it's somebody I want to deal with in the future or not. And you've seen me with these gas gang pains for months now. You know what I mean? So
I don't know. I just
feel that's
go ahead.
It's distillate Weedosaurus Rex. So it's here in Canada, we don't have Delta 9, Delta 8, Delta 10. It's unnecessary here. It's either THC or THCA. They don't differentiate between them because it's not necessary. Not like in the States, right? Because of the 2018 Farm Bill, Delta 8, Delta 10, and all the rest of the cannabinoids are unregulated. It's only D9 THC, which is regulated in the States or scheduled. So that's why you see the emergence of HHC, D9 or D8, D10. That's why people label it D9.
Can you do me a favor?
Difference there. Yeah.
Sweetie, can you pick up your package and tell me what the terpenes are in there?
Well, it's distillate, so most of the terpenes have been stripped out, right?
Okay, so tell me the info.
So it's just made with premium distillate, and it's lab tested between 92 and 96%.
That's all it says.
No, it says, so for the sour diesel, it says the sour diesel strain features an exciting twist of tangy citrus and spicy herbs, along with hints of sweet, refreshing pine. Also boasts a powerful and energizing high with uplifting effects.
Am I high?
Yeah. So the banana split.
I am high, right?
It says, taste the sweet combination of vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate ice cream with the taste of banana and top with chocolate syrup, whipped cream, and maraschino cherries. All this flavor in one hit makes your mouth water. And I can tell you, this one does have the flavor. But what I know for a fact is these are manipulated to some point. They are using terpenes to flavor these carts for sure. Because distillate itself, a raw distillate, has no flavor. Really.
Have we discussed the Monopoly guy on the front of the package kind of deal? You know,
oh, we have discussed that for sure.
I feel like you're not catching on to what I'm trying to say here, sir. No disrespect, and I love you, but what the fuck are you doing smoking shit that you don't know is in it?
Because we're in a different environment here in Canada.
I don't know, man. I feel like when my son was coming home, when he was 18 or so, 17, and he had his cart that he got from a friend off the street, it was horrible. It was always disgusting. I would try it. It would taste like shit. It wasn't good. It was crap. Right. Usually came with a container with a Monopoly guy on the front of it or whatever, whatever fancy, pretty little package it came in.
Look at the color of that oil.
I don't give a shit what.
I mean, this is beautifully done.
I don't know. I feel like I would be scared. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, I guess because I'm a medical patient and I am in the best medical state and they serve us quality stuff, even though they rip us off. I'm just nervous about anything nowadays. I guess maybe it's my anxiety, but I don't want nothing. I wouldn't be interested in those carts at all.
Why? Because of the packaging?
Yeah, I guess.
It's not the same here. It's not the same like in the States. In the States, you have a very open marketplace that anybody can be a part of if they're dealing in products other than D9 THC. So anybody can be making it. Doesn't matter. But in Canada, it's not the same. It's highly regulated. And the stores in the First Nation, like Tailored Herbs and Concentrates, like BC Quad Shop, like the Green Room, like Mohawk Medibles, like all the places that I've shopped, Legacy 420, they are on First Nations land. So what they're able to do is package differently and have higher values of product that are available. Now, I can go into a legal dispensary and buy 90% THC distillate in a cart. No problem at all.
Would your prices be similar to ours if you went and bought that, or are they still?
No, I might have to pay $30 per gram in the legal distribution network outside of. All
right, yeah. As you're a recrecreational patient, so you don't really get to go into those medical dispensaries.
We don't have medical dispensaries.
You don't have any so there's no medical in
your
country.
Yeah, there is. But when you're a medical patient in Canada,
just go to a recreational place and buy your drugs. I mean, your medicine.
No, you can. I mean, there's nothing that stops you from doing that. But basically, how the medical program works here is you get a prescription from your doctor. You have two choices. You either pick a supplier for your cannabis or you cultivate your own. So if you decide to forego on the cultivation and decide to deal with a licensed producer.
Stop for a second. If you pick your supplier, does that mean like I pick Cresco or I pick whoever? Yes. And they're going to give me my weed from now on, and you have to stay with them forever or until you change your prescription?
You can currently have 2 licensed producers for your medicine that you deal with exclusively.
Okay.
So you can choose 2 companies. That way you have the variation of product.
But they have to be medically cleared. They can't be on indigenous land. They have to be like medical.
They have to have a medical sales license. So this is a lot of times the very first license that a licensed producer gets is a license for medical sales. And then once they have the license the first license is cultivation. Then the one that follows behind that is a license for medical sales. And then from there are 2 more licenses they can obtain. They can obtain a recreational sales license, which allows them just to sell recreational product into the marketplace, or they can get a processing license that allows them to take the raw cannabis flower and turn it into a different product, right? Extract it, make a drink out of it or an edible out of it or whatever the case may be. So some companies have all the licenses, right? They have cultivation, medical sales, recreational sales, and processing. Some companies only have cultivation and medical sales, right? So
Travis, it was only a matter of time. I'm sorry, Travis. That's horrible. TikTok took down their Stoner Talks account.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're not going to allow that. As soon as they
Chinese
got word,
controlled, man.
it's
They're
only a
Chinese
matter of
controlled,
time.
and they're anti-cannabis.
You should just go and make a huge impact on Facebook anyway. It's all there. What's up? Fulton Blocks is in the house. Fulton.
So yeah, that's the
I know,
that's
buddy.
the difference here, right? So you register with your medical cannabis
So
supplier.
yeah. All right.
You
So if I were to move to Canada,
mm-hmm.
and this is a big if, it's not even going to happen. But if I were, as a medical patient, I would go and I would get my medical card, right, or whatever it is.
Go see a doctor and get a prescription. Yeah.
Right. I would get a prescription, and then am I regulated on how much I can get? Like, is that back to that situation where you get a prescription, they're going to be like, you get 2 grams a day?
Yeah, that's the way it's prescribed here in Canada.
Yeah, but I don't want that either.
But there's no restriction. The doctors can write the prescription they feel is necessary. So when I got my first prescription, it was 33 grams a day.
Right, but
I went back a year later and renewed it. It was 50 grams a day. And I know people who have 80 and 100 gram a day licenses.
Right,
so,
but that's because you were juicing it. And that's what they thought anyway.
Doesn't really matter. You can tell the doctor the way you'd like to take your medicine, and the doctor should compensate by writing you the proper prescription.
You think that if I go to my medical pharmacy where I pick up my medicine and I tell them that I have decided to move to suppositories, they're just going to start bringing them in for the hippie? They're going to be like, yeah, all right, we'll get them for you, hippie, because we're here.
Probably not.
We're here to take care of you. We're here for your medical needs. They don't give me any fucking choice. They tell me, this is what we have. I'm like, my strain is kosher tangy. That's the one that helps me the best. I need it. That's the one. And they're like, oh, sorry, we don't have that. You get to smoke whatever the fuck you got. That's not medical. That's not medical help.
Well, it's not correct. And the reason we can get away with talking about juicing here in Canada is because as a medical cannabis patient, you can do your own cultivation. And you have to cultivate yourself to be able to juice because you need the fresh buds.
Hey, Jerry, what's up, buddy? Good to see you.
How you doing, Jerry? So that's the difference in why we're able to get those big prescriptions, because we can actually cultivate here. Like I was legal to cultivate almost 250 plants.
I know. You told me. I'm in awe. I'm in awe. And then do they come and they check and see if you're juicing it, or do they give a fuck?
No, they don't look at your method of consumption. We did get checked on our cultivation. The police did come and see the facility and do a plant count and that.
Even as a personal, like when you have what was your biggest personal? 50 grams, you said?
Yeah.
All right. So when you're growing, how many plants are you growing for 50 grams?
4.9 per gram. So it comes in around 245.
245 plants for cultivation.
Yeah, I think it was 244 to be technical, but
all right. They come and they'll check on that.
Yeah. The facility I ran had my license and 3 other licenses attached to the building with a total of 615 plants legal between all the licenses, right? Because you're allowed
2 other partners or something, and they both had the same, pretty much the same prescription.
You're allowed as a designated grower, which was what I had become, was designated grower to myself and 3 other medical patients. So I was allowed to utilize all 4 licenses to account for the number of plants I could grow. So I was actually on their licenses as their designated grower and on my own for personal production.
For your own personal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to call it a day. Thank you, everybody, because it's 1:59 and we have to stay regimented.
Yeah. They flew today. Great day.
Yeah, it did. It was a good show. I enjoyed it.
Hold them questions, Garrett. We'll be getting back to them because they really helped the day go through.
Yeah, they help with the day. He should have questions all the time just on hand so that, but not crazy ones that I can't even answer because like that sucks. I wanna thank you guys so very much. Please like, subscribe, share, let everybody know that we're here every day to help. And if you want questions, you got questions, anything, we're here to help you. And I'm here to make you laugh. I try anyway. DoktorHigh, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you for having me. I love being here.
Absolutely. I love having it.
I love doing this show.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Very much so. I love how all you guys out there on Live 365 and tune in. You guys are the bomb. Have a good afternoon, and I'll be back at 4 for you guys.
Stay safe and stay stoned, everybody.
Everybody over here. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please share it out to all your stoner friends. Share it out to your stoner groups. Tell them if you got questions, come here. This is where you're going to get your answers. We're here every day from noon until 2.
Yep. And there's no other cannabis podcast going that will take questions live and deal with them on the spot. So
and we ain't afraid of no questions.
Yeah, none.
So, all right, everybody have a great day. Thank you so much, DoktorHigh. I love you. Have a great night.
Peace, everybody.
Don't forget, we got to work on those commercials. I'll text you or whatever. We got to see what's going on because they can't.
I'll just redo it tomorrow morning. I'll put together the individual clips and we'll try and get them sorted out. So
no worries. If nobody else hears that noise, then I'm not worried about it. I can deal.
I have a plan.
All right, love you. Peace,
brother. Peace. Take it easy, everybody.